So the first new thing that we added this year are those early literacy indicators. So for students taking that reading screener in grades K-3, you can now view key early literacy indicators on the student screener summary report. We give specific low risk and at risk areas for the literacy strands. So let me move the people coming in out of the way here. And so basically I've run a student screener summary report on Audrey Alexander. If you have any questions on how to run reports in Classworks, we can definitely put that article in the chat for you. And on the report, you're going to see these early literacy indicators. So these are at-risk and low-risk areas in these K3 early literacy strands. And the other nice thing about this, which we've showed you a couple of times throughout our sessions, is we also have now created some preset assignments that match these exactly so that you have added supports. In addition, these are also turning skills on in the student's learning progression if you have the Classworks instruction. Then we have early numeracy indicators as well. So you can see for students who've taken the K-5 mathematics screener, sorry, it's time for my cats to eat. You can see the students have these at-risk and low-risk early numeracy strands. And again, you have some preset assignments in Classworks already created for you that match these areas that you can assign to your students. So let's take a look at those. First, I'll show them to you here just so you can see how to preview them, and then we'll look at how to assign them. So I just went to the Create tab right here, and you can see right away early literacy. Scroll down, early numeracy, and you're going to see that those skills match exactly what the report says. So we want to make it really easy for you. You are able to go here to edit. If you want to preview the units of instruction that are in these preset assignments, you can do that. And then if you want to assign these to your students, you can do that here in the Classes tab. Select assign, select instruction, and here they are for you. And you're able to choose the ones that you want to assign. You can assign them to groups of students or a single student. All right, then let's see, yep, early literacy, early numeracy assignments. And then the last thing I want to show you are the ready to learn statements that we added this year. So we're going to go select a student. I'm going to go back to my buddy, George. I'm going to view detail. And again, view detail is how you get to basically all the things that your students are working on in the program. And I'm going to go right here to screening. And this is basically data from George's grade 3 reading screener. And here is where you can now see what we call ready to learn statements. These are all the things that George is ready to learn by these specific domains based on the reading screener. And again, you can have confidence that if you have the instructional piece of Classworks, this is turning on units of instruction in George's learning path based on what he's actually ready to learn. So these are all things that are already in Classworks. You have access to them now. And now I am going to turn this over to Jerry and let him share so he can show you what's coming for 2024.
Yeah, it is. So let's see. Are we sharing? We are sharing. So my name is Jerry Henley. I'm part of the technical team here at Classworks. So I'm super excited to show you guys what's coming up next in Classworks. So our team has been working on a new student interface for over the past year. One of the guiding principles has really been giving the student more ownership over the learning while providing the same engaging and growth opportunities that you have in Classworks today. So this new experience will continue to provide students with the same high quality, equitable learning content, but now hopefully with better speed and ease for the student. So really when we envision the student experience motivating these modern learners with more adaptive learn as you go instructional paths and the ability to track their progress and goals in this new interface. So students will have basically a new improved guided feedback to help them do their best. And we'll have interactive goal setting and progress monitoring tools that we have today to provide clear views of where the student is working towards their grade level mastery. So, students will still continue to find, the teacher assigned practice to build critical skills. And of course, the individualized learning and Classworks assigned activities to boost their agency. But we're also going to be introducing new incentives like customizable avatars, achievement celebrations, and for students and rewards for students in their learning gains. So we're super excited about this next generation experience for Classworks students. So let me take you guys in for a sneak peek of the platform that the students will start seeing in 2024. So I'm going to log on here to our site, and I'm going to log on as Audrey. So this is the new sign-on screen. So right off the bat, what you're actually seeing is really, if you're familiar with the current student, is we are orienting off a subject, right? So very different than how you approach Classworks today. So they'll be presented with reading and mathematics if you have both subjects. And then you'll have still our wellness and smart tracker tools. So going into this guy, I'll start with the wellness pieces. So you'll still have in wellness, you'll still have your SE survey if that's enabled by your district. But we've also surfaced inside the interface for students, really talking about that agency, right? So the ability for Audrey to see those comments that staff have really conferenced with her, and to be able to share that information with her quickly and easily. And then you continue to have the goal tracker, right? The goal tracker functionality is now with a new modern look and feel. But really where the big change has occurred is really how students get to those subjects. So we want to make sure that we're focusing the students' attention, making sure that they have that agency. And so you'll notice these little indicators, these little star indicators, really giving them clear goals of where they should be driving into the product to actually to complete. So I'm going to click on math here, and this is going to take us to what we call the math subject main screen, or the subject main screen. So you can see all the major components of Classworks here, right? You can see my screener, which is the universal screener, both in English and Spanish. You can see my progress check, where they'll take those weekly probes that are assigned, and then the My Learning Path piece, and then of course that teacher assigned instruction that you guys have seen that Jennifer was showing earlier. So I'm going to focus really on the learning path side. So from the learning path, this is really where we've made some pretty big changes, really surfacing all of that great information that you guys have in your teacher side, but really surfacing on the student side as well, so you guys can collaborate better with the student with those visualizations. So the first piece that you'll notice right off is the monthly scores. So what this monthly score does is we really want to focus the students on two really key indicators that our research shows, right? Is the time they spend inside their individualized learning plan, and then also their mastery of that learning plan, right? So the stars here are showing the mastery of that time divided out by each month, and then the time on task, or that amount of time they're spending active in their individualized learning path, is the bar, right? So this is a clear ability for the student to see how they're doing as they're progressing through Classworks throughout the year. You'll notice that also, well, actually, let me switch to reading so we can actually see it. So not a lot of data here, but you can see in January, you can see that this signals that they've mastered all their time on task, or they have the full time on task that we like to see inside Classworks, and then they've also mastered those units inside there. Students can also click into this So before inside Classworks today, currently, teachers can print certificates for those students, but we want to give that ability for the students to also be able to view those certificates and print them if they want to at home inside there. This also gives them a really nice summary of how they worked through their individualized learning path. So you can see these individual skills that they've completed over time. So it really relates back to their mastery for that month, right? So those individual skills that they've worked through inside there. So this is the first place to kind of really goal orient themselves in their individualized learning path for in reading. And then to really start that reading learning path, they just click the start button to the learning path. So in the learning path today, it's very linear, right? You basically go through, we present you the next unit, and that's fine. But what we want to do is have the student be a little bit more retrospective and to also anticipate new skills that will come up, right? So we wanted to surface that information and that path that you guys are currently seeing in the teacher interface to that student. So here you can see a clear indicator that the next lesson that we should be working on is that letter identification. You can see that these are locked, and as I'll progress through these inside there. So this shows that anticipation inside there. I'm going to bounce the math because I have a little bit more information here. But you can also see the indicators as they've worked through units. So the student also can, look through and see these other activities or these other units that they've worked on. So I'm going to click into this guide, into the unit. So just as before with Classworks, a unit of instruction has a mini lesson that still exists that allows the student to work through that instruction. But then they also have the activities. Let's see. Let's go back. I should click through these more. So it also has these the individual activities, right? So you can see here that not doing so great on the letter matching, but I can continue through that flow, right? And play the activities through there. The one change that we're doing inside the learning path, and let me go and find one, is drawing a picture, not that one.
Marcus Owens has a retake.
Marcus Owens.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I should have one here. Let's see. That's the important part. But we can try to switch to Marcus. Let's see. Marcus Owens. Was it in reading? Let's see. Let's see. Ah, there we go. So Marcus Owens here, right? And there was a lot of clicking around, so I apologize. So basically, we're back into that unit structure. So these are the activities inside here. But what I was saying is one of the important changes that we made, really talking about student ownership of that learning, is the ability for them to play the activity and get feedback immediately about how they did on this activity, right? So we can see that Marcus is received a 6%, 1 star. They did 1 minute or 3 minutes and 41 seconds, but allowing before they move on to the next activity to give them this one-time ability to retry to actually improve their mastery on that activity, right? So before inside Classworks currently today, it would be the responsibility of the teacher to go back and reassign that lesson. But we really feel that it's important for the student to be able to have that opportunity again to try one more time to really improve those skills and to practice those skills. Now, if let's say that Marcus maybe bombed this again, that might be also when you would have to step in and obviously do those reassigns and monitoring that you're already currently doing inside the Classworks interface today. The next piece that I wanted to show you guys in the learning path is you might notice that there's the learning path, and Classworks instructional units are in a teachable order, right? We've also broken out if Marcus here is basically currently in a in intervention with a progress monitoring enabled for him. And we wanted to tie that progress monitoring or that progress monitoring to their individualized learning to really pull that out. So what we've done is we basically pulled out those units of as a filter that basically says Marcus is working on word analysis, progress monitoring. So we really want him to focus on those word analysis skills as he's working. Now, this is all still feeding into that learning path that's in the My Reading Learning path, but this will basically allow him to work on those units specifically for his word analysis, progress monitoring, to really couple those two pieces together, and it will flow the exact same way as we saw in the learning path, right? So that's currently what we're working on. I wanted to do a little bit of sneak peeks. It's not quite ready inside the product, but I wanted to kind of show you a little bit more about the student agency and how we're surfacing data to the student that's readily available to you guys in Teacher, but really pulling that into the student. So the first thing I wanted to show you is, while we have the clouds in the background, we also wanted to give them and personalize the experience for them and allow Classworks to grow with them. So two of the two features that we're introducing early is the ability for them to customize their own avatar. We're really excited about this because there's all sorts of ways that this can be used for them to represent themselves inside Classworks. And then, of course, theming, right? We don't want to go so crazy, but we also want to give them the ability to customize that look and feel. I currently have the clouds selected, but it could also be the triangle-fi, the twinkle star, and that field, that background that you're seeing inside Classworks. The other piece is, just how we have the monthly for individualized learning, and we really see that as a mechanism for teachers to really build some amazing incentive programs in their classrooms with that monthly data. We also, at Classworks, we also want to celebrate student success as well. So we've come up with this idea of My Achievements. And these My Achievements are Classworks focused special achievements, and special milestones inside Classworks. So here is an example of maybe we run summer skills, if you have a summer program, or maybe something in October for Monster Madness, or really one of the flagship contests that we do with our customers is this Classworks All-Stars contest that actually will start here soon for this upcoming year. And being able to reward them with badges that are unique to those students that come from Classworks, because we really want to celebrate that student success as well. And then also some instructional milestones that we feel that's super important to really engage them and to really appreciate what they're doing inside here and growing with these instructional milestones. Their first skill earned, 10, showing that they're really putting in the work inside Classworks. So, and then the next piece is really trying to surface that data so you guys can have meaningful conversations with your students, synthesizing that data in a student way that they can also share those successes with their parents. They could log on at home and share this with their parents. So this is a screen basically of My Screener, right? So this is our first attempt to basically surface that screener data that basically helps them understand where they are and where they're going, right? To really connect that assessment data to that instructional intervention data to hopefully improve those outcomes later, right? And then the other one is kind of the progress monitoring. You guys are very familiar with this graph. We feel that, when students see and take ownership of that graph and being able to see their trajectory and having those meaningful conversations, you can see that they see the probes, they see where they are. The star is basically showing this is their next step, and seeing how they're growing, right, as they're doing that progress. And that allows also that connection again back to the parent to hopefully help with that agency and engagement. So we're super duper excited about this new platform. We're looking for 2024. We'll do some early releases to select districts in the upcoming first part of the year, with the hopes of actually releasing this fully to all customers for back to school for 2024. So yeah, so that's it. Ta-da. So Jen?
Yeah, so thank you for the introduction to the All-Star contest. We're excited to be able to have special badges for those down the road. And we are kicking off our annual All-Star contest for any that are new to Classworks. We've been running this contest, gosh, I think I've been here almost 10 years, and we've been running it all the years I've been here. So it's definitely our most popular. And so we celebrate the top 500 students who have a combination of 80% mastery, as well as the highest time on task. So, and we do give those students prizes at the end of this contest. So the contest starts December 4th. And runs through March 31st. There isn't anything special that you need to do as teachers, except for to make sure that your students are working on their instruction. And we'll be giving you updates, and you'll get more information on the contest as it goes on from your account managers as well. So we're excited, and we'll keep you posted. Follow us on all of our socials. That's where we, post. We do little mini contests throughout the contest as well. So and then I do want to quickly promote our YouTube channel, just to say this is where we have the most teacher and student facing how-to videos in content. In addition to help.classworks.com, that is your knowledge base that has all your Help Center articles. If you subscribe to our channel, you will automatically get a notification when we post those new student minutes. They're student facing 1-minute videos on how to do all the things in Classworks, as well as teacher minutes. And other good content. So please follow us on those channels, and this is all the ways that you can get help from us. You can always chat with us from inside of Classworks or at classworks.com, help.classworks.com, as I mentioned, or email us at hello@classworks.com.